I know what anxiety is. It's a ravaging fire. It's you screaming, but no one can hear. It's not just a voice in your head. It invades your body, your mind, your entire life. It comes uninvited and throws you out like an unwanted guest. But you can overcome it. You know why? Because unlike you, anxiety lacks will. It has no determination, no strength, no power beyond what you give it. You possess the one thing anxiety cannot have, the will to control your life. So, here are 7 ultimate Stoic principles that will help you reclaim your life from anxiety. For centuries, Stoicism has forged some of the strongest individuals, those who lived through war, loss, betrayal, and still, they stood tall. They didn't break because they knew something most of us forget. Suffering is inevitable, but suffering doesn't have to direct us. It's not becoming immune to anxiety. It's realizing that anxiety is powerless the moment you practice these 7 principles to help you control your life. 7. Write down your thoughts. Anxiety thrives in chaos. It multiplies when it's left unchecked, turning thoughts into a tangled, suffocating web. You wake up, and before you even open your eyes, your mind is already spinning. What if this happens? What if that doesn't go right? You feel overwhelmed before your day even begins, and it only gets worse. But the truth is, writing your thoughts down is not just a tool. It's a way to take all those racing thoughts, those irrational fears, and force them into the light. You can't fight what you don't see, and writing them down makes them real, makes them tangible, and suddenly, they lose their power. Every time you put pen to paper, you take control of your thoughts. You own them. By capturing your worries and emotions on paper, you can begin to see the patterns. What triggers your anxiety? Is it certain situations, certain people, or perhaps your own inner critic? When you see these thoughts written out in front of you, raw and unfiltered, you realize that most of them are fleeting, baseless fears. What's real is your ability to reflect, to learn, to understand your inner workings. You confront the mess in your mind instead of letting it fester. 6. Practice meditation. When you think of meditation, you probably picture someone sitting in a peaceful room, eyes closed, breathing deeply. That's one version. But meditation for someone battling anxiety is anything but peaceful at first. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It's your heart racing, your mind screaming, and your body feeling like it's on fire. But Stoic meditation is not about creating peace out of thin air. It's about embracing the discomfort until you find the peace. Meditation is about taking the chaos and sitting with it. It's about being fully present with your pain, your fear, your anxiety without flinching. Meditation forces you to be still, to be quiet, even when your insides are screaming at you to move, to run, to distract yourself. When you meditate, you don't escape the chaos. You invite it in, and you look it in the eye. The storm will pass, but only if you let it. You don't have to force it out. You don't have to fight it. All you have to do is sit there, breathe, and let it move through you. The more you open yourself to the awareness of your own self-destruction, the more you realize that anxiety is just a wave. It comes, it crashes, but it doesn't last. 5. Act as if nothing bothers you. I know what you feel when you're walking through a crowd of 1,000 people. You're worried about what they'll say, what they'll think, and what might go wrong. When you take that test, you think you're going to fail again. Whatever you've done, you just can't stop worrying about the outcome. But what if it didn't bother you? You've already invited yourself to the party. You can feel the pressure, the weight of the darkness and negativity as these thoughts cloud your mind. But every time they come, just don't react. You're numb, indifferent. You don't yell, you don't scream, you don't cry. You feel it, but you won't act on it. This is how you confuse the enemy and make it leave your house. 4. Return to the present. The future is anxiety's playground. It loves to make you imagine every worst-case scenario, every possible thing that could go wrong. And the more you think about the future, the more power you give to your anxiety. But here's the reality. You have no control over the future. None of us do. The Stoics were clear about this. Worrying about the future is a waste of energy because it robs you of the only thing you actually have, the present moment. Every time anxiety pulls you into the future, into the what-ifs, you lose touch with the now. You miss out on the life that's happening right in front of you. But here's a powerful truth. The present moment is all that exists. The past is gone, and the future is just a dream. By returning to the present, you strip anxiety of its power because anxiety cannot survive in the now. The present moment is too real, too immediate, for anxiety to take root. So every time you find yourself spiraling into future fears, stop. Breathe. Look around you. What's real right now? What can you control in this moment? By bringing yourself back to the present, you anchor yourself in reality, and anxiety fades because it can't exist in the real world. It only exists in the hypothetical. 3. Accept the future. Here's the hard truth. The future is coming, whether you like it or not. You can't stop time. You can't prevent life from unfolding the way it's going to unfold. And yet, anxiety makes you think that if you just worry enough, if you just prepare enough, you can somehow control the future. But that's a lie. The future is indifferent to your anxiety. The only way to truly overcome anxiety is to accept the future for what it is. Unknown and uncontrollable. Life will happen whether you're ready or not. Things will go wrong. Plans will fail. But you will survive. You always have. You've faced hard things before, and you've come out stronger. The future is not your enemy. It's just the next chapter in your story. Don't act like a prophet, because life doesn't care about your opinion. It throws it in the trash. Show anxiety that you're invincible and content. Be content. 2. Negative visualization and gratitude. Stoicism encourages confronting adversity with adversity. It's time to meditate again. Think of the worst-case scenarios. If you're anxious about something, you're scared of the outcome. But that very outcome holds all the strength you need. Are you scared of failure? Now think of that failure. Imagine life after it, and believe it's not that bad. Life will go on, and not a hair on your head will be harmed. Do you have social anxiety? Are you worried about what people will say, see, or how they'll act? Let the wrong things happen. Visualize everything. People that mind don't matter, so why worry about impressing them? Confront the idea of being alone. Imagine chaos swirling all around you, with you at the center unmoved, because chaos once lived within you. This strategy will help you let go. It will help you be content. As you visualize the worst, you will see the good you already have. The 20% stability in your life. Life has a pattern, and it's not out to get you. Life is just happening. When you visualize these things, you escape society, expectations, and worries. It may seem harsh, but life was harsh first. 1. Focus on what you can control. Anxiety is a master manipulator. It loves to make you feel powerless, to focus on all the things you can't control. But here's the truth. There are so many things in life that you can control. And when you focus on those things, you take your power back. The Stoics were relentless about this principle. Focus only on what you can control and let go of the rest. You can't control other people's opinions. You can't control the outcome of every situation, but you can control how you respond. You can control your attitude, your effort, your choices. So there you have it, the top 7 Stoic principles to overcoming anxiety. Take control of your life, step by step, becoming stronger than your anxiety. Follow this channel for more raw, honest advice that'll push you to stay one step ahead. No sugarcoating, just real truths.